we have a way of having games like this where they go right down to the buzzer, and so far so good with the outcome. I'm proud of how hard we fought and never giving in and never getting fragmented, even at the end when you probably thought that we weren't going to be able to come back from 5 down with seconds to go. And before you ask, I'll say, yeah, we probably did get a little lucky when they had the out of bounds, over and back call. But I think we might have gotten a little unlucky in spots during the course of the game with some things that happened. So over a 40-minute game today, 45, usually the luck part of it evens out. And we earned this victory tonight. I want to let everybody know that at the end, when we were 3 points behind and took a timeout, Coach Dutcher said, what about Malik in to get another three-point shooter in? That was Dutch. I said, great idea. The play was not designed for Malik to shoot it. And then before we broke the huddle, Dutch said, Malik, if they back off of you and you're unguarded at the three-point line, shoot it in. So Dutch should get some kudos on that one. I mean, he did both of those things. Get him in, shoot at Malik if you're open. So if you're in the huddle, though, listening to our guys, as I came back from talking to the coaches, they're saying the right things. They're saying the right things. So we stayed together and turned some lucky bounces into another win. Any questions?
Could you explain that call, the call right at the end of regulation that got you the ball back? What exactly did they call?
I think they said that Neal was in the air and had the ball before he landed. I think that's what they said.
He hadn't established.
Established position
Out of bounds.
from out of bounds to inbounds. Yeah, that's what they said. I didn't bother to ask them on that one what they thought, but why it was called. I asked them of several others, but that one I didn't want to question.
So, Coach, was the play designed for Trey then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We were trying to get a little misdirection, screen him out to the corner, and have him shoot in a three.
How happy are you for Malik, what he did?
I'm proud of Malik. It's easy to throw darts and point to things and say, look at his stats and why is it. And he's hung tough. He stayed tough, and I think it's a credit to Malik, but it's a credit to his teammates too. They've encouraged, they've demanded, they've pushed the right way. So that's what you have to do. You can't stoop your shoulders and feel sorry for yourself if you want to be good. And he had a wonderful moment today with that basket. But he did some other nice things too. He changed some marks on the ball, rebounded some shots, and that was his only bucket. I do know that. But it was a timely, important bucket.
Coach, I know yesterday you said you didn't want to get 2 losses in the hype of the 11-0 record, but out of all the teams you coached in all the years, what does it mean that this team was able to get the best start in conference history?
We're elated as to where we are. But got a long journey between 11-0 and 18-0. So we got 11. We got a Boise team that will be foaming at the mouth, or not a Boise, Fresno team when we go there on Wednesday, thinking they could have, should have, when we beat them in overtime. So you enjoy for a moment, and I'm old enough to where I'm not going to worry about Fresno until tomorrow. I'm going to enjoy this one. And then you go back to work and get ready for the next one. And it's cliche, yeah, but it's what you have to do. And we got a nice, mature team that I think will do that. They were hooping and hollering and jumping up and down in the locker room like they should. Like they should. All of them, to a man, whether they played a second, whether they played 40-plus minutes.
Coach, I know part of the answer to this is defense, but how do you work through and balance when a team struggles shooting in the way that you guys do. I think you shot in the teams from 3 today and near the bottom of the conference, and your defense helps you in a lot of those situations, but how do you mentally work through it with the team when shooting struggles?
You've got to have selective memory. You've got to play on. You've got to have when you have the next same shot, shoot it. Our shooting we've been better shooting the ball. We weren't very good today. I'll agree with you. We had some open shots, a lot of them that we didn't make. We're 4 for 27 from three-point range. They're 5 for 20. They're not much better, and they're leading the league in field goal percentage. So you hang your hat on saying, okay, we may not be scoring, but if we keep you scoreless, we're going to have a chance. And then we made enough timely ones to give us the chance. One of our bullet points, make more free throws than they do. And we didn't quite do it, but we made enough of them to give us a chance. People say we don't shoot free throws very well. We were 16 for 19 today. Jeremy, 10 for 10. So I think our offense is significantly better, even though we couldn't make a basket for a long stretch today. We're getting shots that we want from people we want most of the time. We went through a stretch where I think we lowered our head and said we're not making shots, and we drove just to drive into traffic with no thoughtfulness. But I want Trey Kell to shoot every shot he took today. Every shot he took, I want him to take. And I want him to make more of them, but I want him to take those. And that's the attitude that he has now. Take the next one when it's there.
Coach, their big three players average over 30 minutes a game. And again, tonight they played quite a bit. They didn't even make a sub for the first 7 minutes of the game, and you were regularly putting guys in and out. Does that help you in overtime to have maybe a little bit fresher legs?
We talked about that at halftime. At halftime, I think they had 3 guys that played 18, 19, and 19. And we said, allow that to help you. Run, but run smart. I thought we ran, but it was like a rat race. We were running and not knowing where we were running or why we were running. Sometimes 2 guys running in the same spot. So we got to run smarter. But we wanted to run. They wanted to run too. And it looked like rec ball for a while, but you just have to stay with it. And even the elite teams go through stretches where you could make a clip where they don't look very good. But they stay with it, and they play, and they compete, and they move on to the next play. And the really good teams guard. So that's what we are. I think we're a good to very good team. And now we want to get to that very good to exceptional. And we got work to do to make that happen. Some of it is we got to make more open shots. And hopefully that'll happen.